Hey, everybody, it's ajaaya, your tangled fairy, the Don, whatever you want to call me. I like to give a weekly tarot reading for all of us today. And I have to say that this week is going to be an emotionally awakening experience for us all. We have here the Queen of Cups. And I'm using the Animal Tarot. I hope you can see. We have here Queen Moose. She is the queen of the earth, and unbeknownst to me, also the queen of water. Moose can go down to the bottom of the river to get the freshest, greenest, leafy food that they can find. Today, delve deep into your emotional realm and get the nourishment as well. Don't just dive deep and leave yourself crying and sick, but have it be an emotionally nourishing day. Do bring up nourishment up into the surface because you're going to need it this week. You're going to need to stay close to yourself. You're going to need to stay close to your intuition. You're going to need to keep the nourishment up during the week. But today, go ahead and dive deep in as to why you have not gone as far with yourself as you need to go. There's an awakening for you happening, and you just need to go a little bit further. Your breakthrough is going to come by you doing a little bit more work, diving a little bit deeper below the surface to come up with what you need. Tomorrow, we have the Hangman archetype, which is represented, and I see that maybe you guys won't be able to see these cards as beautiful as they are because the sun is going down and I'm using natural lighting. But we have the honeypot ant. The honeypot ant is an ant colony that is in the desert. And what they do is they find the biggest ant and they force feed him nectar and water until his belly is full, you see? And he hangs upside down and he nourishes his whole colony like that. And that is his lot in life for the rest of his life. Talk about surrendering to your gift, your lot in life. Tomorrow, Monday, the universe is asking you to, after you go a little bit deeper, apparently you're going to come out and find who you really are. That is your goal. Who am I? You're right on the cusp of figuring it out. That is the most important question at the beginning of the week. Who am I? After you find that out, hang there. Hang there, hold on, marinate on that, and get to a point of surrender. After you surrender to who you are, to your emotions, to your feelings, you might have to do some grieving and letting go of a part of yourself that is supposed to be dead and gone. It is done. Your old life is finished. Just like elephant. Very strong, powerful imagery of elephants that we see. In their families, they grieve the loss of family members, whether they're in their personal tribe or in another elephant tribe. They're very emotional animals that are close to each other, and they can feel it when one of them pass or another group passes. They take the time and grieve and honor. And on Tuesday, that is what you are called to do. After you hang and surrender There's more surrendering. There's an honoring of the parts of you that are dead and gone, so you can get ready for your future. The Three of Swords is about the past, present, and the future, letting go of your old self in the present so that you can move on to whatever the universe has in store for you next. Wednesday, we have the stingray here. I don't know if you can see it. The Two of Wands. The stingray, when you think about the stingray, you think of movement, urgency. Get your butt out the water. It is time for you to, stay on the edge or get on land. Get it moving though. If you don't get it moving, the stingray is going to sting you. You've been inactive long enough. That is what the universe is telling you through this card on Wednesday. After you finish grieving, get it into gear. You have work to do. You have work to do. That's what this card is saying. Thursday. We have the salamander here. Doesn't he look mischievous? The Page of Wands. Salamanders are land creatures that cannot live without water. They're actually full of... The Page of Wands is a fire element card. And it's to get you moving, just like the Two of Wands. But the Page of Wands is telling you that you are having a lot of creative inspiration and you are just beginning, but you have so much, the fire is so strong, your passion is so strong, you might get ahead of yourself. You got finished grieving, you figured out who you are, you are completing a cycle of awakening, and you're ready to get it in gear. And the Page of Wands is like, yes, you do. But hold up. Wait a minute. Make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. And I'm just going to go right into the Knight of Wands, which is the ostrich. Ostriches get a bad rap. Or not a bad rap, but when we see ostriches, I can't say that word. In cartoons, we often see them with their head in the ground. No, that is not even what they do, bruh. Ostriches like, no, I duck my head up. I keep my eye on you. And I put my feathers in the sky to warn you to back the hell up, because there's a stomping that will happen. If I'm in this stance, look at how strong their legs are, how firmly planted they are into the ground. You are to ground your ideas, your creativity. Make sure that your boundaries are set up right. Make sure that as you get started, you're having the right foundation. Make sure that if anything were to happen for your creative ideas or to your creative ideas, that they're properly protected. You need to get a copyright. What's going on? If you're awakening to yourself, then you need to learn how to also defend yourself. We're on this physical plane. We need our defenses as well as the ethereal plane. We need the creativity and we need the grounding. Lastly, we have the mole representing the Eight of Wands. The mole is a ground dweller. And this card is expressing that you've been underground, comfortable, doing your thing for a long time. Now you need to come up out the ground into a new energy, a new way of being that you may not be used to. You need to dust the cobwebs off Sharpen your mind. If your mind's not sharp, get it sharp. Open your eyes. You might be a bit uncomfortable for a while, but it's okay, because you're working towards making your dreams come true in some way, whether that be in love, in career, or health. You have done the work, but now you're coming to the realization that, hey, things are not going to be as I thought they would be. You have to kind of throw away your old way, which is what you were mourning at the beginning of the week. But now, on Saturday, you get to test it out. What's your new life going to be like? Now, we came to the end of the week, and I asked, how do we do this? How are we going to make it out of the ground and go into uncomfortable territory, very uncomfortable most likely, moving slow, starting to have doubts? And I pulled the 7 of Pentacles. This is a young elk. You are going to fake it till you make it. You are going to act like the boss if you're not the boss. You are going to meditate like a guru. You are going to, be the best partner that you can be in love and in romance, even if you don't know what the hell you're doing. You are going to act like it. That's the only thing this young elk can do. It wants to hang out with the big guys in the back, but it's not there yet. But it's also not a baby anymore. It's like you're in between stages. No, you're not where you want to be, but there's no need to doubt yourself. There's no need to shrivel up and go back into your hole mode. Come on out, play. Go ahead and play. Pretend. You'll get there, and it won't be long. See you next week for our next reading. I hope that this was helpful to you. It sure was to me. I can so relate. This week's going to be an emotional week. Have a good night.